Queens. Happy Monday. I'm going live today. I want to talk about my favorite AI tools and how to get rich with AI, specifically for real estate, but all these tools would be great for all entrepreneurship. If you're new to who I am, hey, I'm Melanie Suber. I run a global real estate team, and I am top 100 at my brokerage out of about 87,000 for agent attraction. And I'm just obsessed with wealth creation and entrepreneurship and marketing. And so I love to help realtors grow their business, both on the lead gen side and on the agent attraction side. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to talk about my 4 favorite platforms for AI. And I think the last one is going to come as a surprise, or most people have never heard of it. And it's probably my favorite. So the first one that I want to kind of get out of the way is ChatGPT, because I feel like it's the most popular. And actually, before I jump into what those platforms are and my favorite tools, let me know what city you're tuning in from. And if you're watching live, tell me what city. If you're watching the replay, also tell me what city, because I'd love to know. I'm in Austin, Texas. So AI has kind of been like a buzzword the last couple months, and I feel like it can go one of 2 ways. One way is people know that it's coming and know that it's going to change the workforce as we know it, and they just get scared and they ignore it, which kind of is like the ostrich putting their head in the sand. It's kind of a common reaction to things when they're scary, and that's totally fine. The second way that I've observed and myself have experienced is I see how much this will change our future. And my perspective is you can adapt or get left behind. So you can get scared and say, well, they might take my job and this might make me obsolete, but it's inevitable and there's nothing I can do about it. Or you can have that and say, well, how can I get ahead of it? Or how can I use this as a tool myself? And my personal belief about AI, not especially, now, who knows, it's growing so fast and who knows what the future will bring. But right now, I think AI is not going to replace that many people, but it will replace people that are not willing to adapt. For example, people that are copywriters and they're just using their brains for copy will be paced by those that are using AI as a tool. I'm not saying they will be replaced fully, but they will be paced, which means that 2 copywriters, I'm not sure why I use this example when most of my people are realtors, but 2 copywriters that are writing copy, if one uses AI, they'll be able to produce more, they'll be able to produce better, they'll be able to charge more because they're getting more output with their time. So it's not that the one that does not use AI is going to get replaced fully. It's just that they will get paced, as in over time. If the one that is using AI is growing at this rate and this one is growing at this rate, eventually, they'll be outpaced. So, all that to say is, like I said before, my perspective on all this stuff is adapt or die. We can observe the changes that the world is making and be afraid of them, or we can observe the changes that the world is making and jump on and get ahead of that. And we've seen that a lot. I mean, cars replace horses, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that were scared. I know there were a lot of people that were scared to even ride in a car because they thought, I don't know, I can control the horse better. And most people now, if they're riding horses, it's for fun. It's not for how to get to the grocery store or how to get from A to B. So it's coming, change is coming. And again, my perspective is always get ahead of it. And then those that are more open-minded tend to be the ones that will thrive and get the most benefit from it. So the first one that I want to talk about is ChatGPT. I feel like it's the most popular. Everyone is talking about it. Most people, I believe, are not utilizing it to the best of their ability. So my favorite way to use ChatGPT is to ask it to work for itself. Now, there's this long prompt that I see circulating the internet where it's like, you are my prompt engineer, and here's what I need from you. And when I say this, you say this. But I like to dumb it down because I don't want to copy and paste the whole thing. So usually, for example, let's say I'm a realtor and I want to use ChatGPT to come up with my content calendar. I could say, you are my social media manager. I want you to help me come up with 30 days of content for real estate. What do you need from me in order to do this the best that you can? And then it will tell me what it needs. And then I can ask it. And then if I feel like I have not given it enough information, I can say, what else do you need from me at the end of that one? And just keep asking, how can you do this better? How can you do this better? And that way it's learning what the details are that I want to share it with. And again, it's pretty simple. Like need to copy and paste this whole thing and say, okay, I'm going to ask you a question, then you ask me a question. It's more just conversational. So for me, the easier that it is for me to do, the more I'll do it. That has been really helpful because it also along the way is teaching me how to, in general, next time give ChatGPT better prompts, because sometimes it'll say surprising things like, who's your target audience? Which is not that surprising when you're thinking about content. You absolutely want to write your content with your target audience in mind. But normally if I'm like, hey, I'm a realtor, you're my social media manager, I wouldn't think you're my social media manager and my ideal client is an investor in Austin, Texas, or whatever. So with this back and forth, I'm learning. And then the next time I'm asking it to do it, I'm getting better at just initially giving the information. So highly, highly recommend this. You can also say, you're my assistant. I'm a real estate agent. What are the best ways that I can use you for? And you can still say, and how can I better ask this question so you can answer it to the best of your ability? Because then it could say, sometimes it will say, I can run your CMAs for you. I can help you create content. I can help you create a listing description. I can help you write your emails. But if you say, for example, I need help building systems within my business, then it will give you different outputs. So ChatGPT, I think highly, highly underutilized. One of my recent favorite things is I've been having it help me create content. I do not like making my content fully from ChatGPT because I do feel like it is very vanilla and it's not personalized. And one of my core beliefs is about marketing is that people really are drawn to your authenticity, which is why I will always coach anyone who will listen to me. You are born to stand out in your marketing stuff. Like the world tells us that we have to be all the same, but what makes you unique, especially in a field like real estate, where there's 100 realtors within a 1 mile radius, what makes you unique is what is going to make clients want to work with you. So you should be yourself. And when you just copy and paste content from ChatGPT, that aspect is lost. So instead of just saying, hey, write me a post about why it's important to use your earnest money or something like that, I will take my posts about earnest money that I kind of just really sloppily write and put it into ChatGPT. I will also copy and paste my last 3 or 4 Facebook posts and say, learn my tone. Now add 5 more sentences to this post about earnest money in my tone. And it's not perfect, but it's better than just if I say to it, write me a post about earnest money, because it has half of my ingredients are actually from my brain, from my creativity. And by giving it my previous Facebook post and I ask it to learn my tone, it picks up a little bit. It's not perfect yet. And I have a feeling in the future it will be much better. But for now, it takes it 99% of the way. And then I will always do one last review and edit and make it fully my own. Because like I said, I think people can feel it when it's just a blanket text from ChatGPT. And what makes you you is what's going to make people resonate with you. And that's what you want. You want people to know, like, and trust you and want to work with you and feel that connection. ChatGPT, I think, if you're just saying, write me a post about why you need to get pre-approved before home shopping, anyone can do that and people aren't really going to resonate with it. You could do that and then reread it and tweak it and make it your own. Like, again, there are a lot of ways that you can use it to just make your job easier and faster, and instead of fully replacing you. Because like I said in the beginning, I don't think that AI tools right now are fully replacing us humans, but I do think those that use it as a tool will outpace those that aren't using it, because we'll be able to do more, faster, better, etc. So that's number one, ChatGPT. The second one is email marketing platforms. I use KV Core for my real estate clients, and I also use ActiveCampaign for my other business. I am obsessed with email marketing. If you don't know me, my business before I got into real estate was mostly email marketing. A marketing agency. I helped a lot of businesses with their email marketing to help them. Collecting emails and following up with your clients or your prospects is vital to the business. Most realtors and probably most entrepreneurs are missing out on like 80% of their business because they assume that if they're not getting a yes or a sale or an agreement on that very first contact, then it's over. Then they forget about them. But follow-up, the money's in the follow-up. There are so many statistics that 80% of real estate clients, it takes 5 to 12 interactions before they will sign a contract or trust you enough to work with you or refer their friend to you or stuff like that. Another statistic I've heard often is it takes 7 touches on average for people to, again, like you, trust you enough to want to work with you, or they'll need to see your Facebook ad 7 times until they will be like, hey, I keep seeing this ad. I want to click on it and see what it is. So if you're not automating that follow-up, you are either not doing the follow-up, and that's bad, or you are making it way harder for yourself, and you're manually trying to follow up with all these people that you're talking to, and it's just going to take way more time when you could be using that time for something else that you can't automate. So if you're not using a CRM for your business, I highly recommend it. We get KV Core for free at EXP, but there's a ton of other ones. I pay out of pocket for Active Campaign. It does different stuff. I like KV Core because it's very real estate specific. It connects to my MLS, so I can send it to my buyers and they can see houses, and then I can see what they're liking and what they're favoriting, and then it will automatically message them. And I really like that aspect. But there's so many things that you can do to nurture, to keep in touch with these people, and to just really stay top of mind, because again, most people are not going to buy from you the first time that you meet them or the first time that they interact with you. So having some sort of follow-up system is crucial. And why make it harder for yourself? Automate it. So use an email CRM. Hey, Julie, what's up? Use anything that automates it. There's so many out there. You don't have to use KV Core, but that one's free, like I said, so I use it. But you're making it so much harder for yourself if you're not automating it. And actually, Julie, who just hopped on my live on Instagram, because I'm on a few different places, was just telling me today that she got an agent that reached out to her about joining her at EXP and within the Royal Circle. And she said that her initial thing, they didn't book a call, not that they didn't want to, but maybe they were busy, they didn't see it. And then she had them on a drip campaign. She had them on an email automation. And that was when they booked a call, and will now join her. So it really works. It's really worth your time. Set that up. And for the people that are just tuning in now, hi, I'm Melanie Suber. I am talking about my favorite AI tools. The first one was ChatGPT, and I gave some, I think, better ways to use it than how most people are using it. And the second one is an email CRM to automate your follow-up. I use KV Core and Active Campaign, but there's a million out there. Find one that works for you. Now, the third one is Descript, DESCRIPT. It has been my latest obsession. I use that for video editing. It's great for podcasts because it will transcribe it. It's great for anything. You can honestly write a book with Descript, because what you could do is record you just talking about the book. A lot of people don't like writing. And then you could transcribe it, and then you could copy that and put that into ChatGPT and say, make this sound like a book. Here's the content, rewrite this as a book. And then there's a book. By the way, I have an ebook about agent attraction, and I did not use Descript to write that, or ChatGPT. That was all written from my brain, from my ideas. So again, like I was saying, I think the people can still tell, and the best content is going to be ones that have that human aspect to it, but you can still use it to get you much further. So you can what's the word? When you just speak, you can speak the book out loud, put it into Descript and transcribe it, put it into ChatGPT and organize it and make it into more of a book. And then you can reread it and edit it. And then it took the time from 10 hours to write an ebook to 2 minutes to write, or maybe 1 hour to write an ebook. So Descript is amazing. I use it for my YouTube videos. I use it for really any video that I need to caption. You can also, it's very easy to turn your YouTube videos into reels and shorts, which I haven't been quite doing because I personally like to create shorts and YouTube shorts and reels on my own. So I don't like taking my YouTube videos and cutting them down, but they have that. If you do podcasts, it's amazing. It's very good AI, because also, I don't know if you've ever edited videos, but for me, the hardest part is when I, like this, forget what I want to say next, and there's a pause, or I'm saying or like, or I just mess up, and then I have to say, scratch that, I'm going to start over. If you're editing without the transcription, you have to just watch it and wait for those moments. But with the transcription on the side, I can see it, and then I can give cues to myself. So when I'm recording a YouTube video and I mess up, I can just say, cut this, and then I can scroll through the transcription and see where it says cut this, and then I just know to cut it. So I used to spend so much time editing my YouTube videos because I had to play it through, and then I would be like, wait, I messed up. I have to go back now and see where I cut and delete it. And now I'm just highlighting the words that I said. So it's much, much easier. And if you're not using YouTube for your business, I highly, highly recommend it. It's one of the best platforms ever. It's evergreen. There's people are using YouTube now, like Google. So if they're searching who's the best realtor in Austin, Texas, You want your video to show up, and people are thinking maybe it's too late or it's too much work. You don't have to put a ton of time into it, but get something up and it will literally last forever. YouTube is going to be around, I think, forever. And so if you do it now, like this time next year, you'll be saying, oh, shoot, I should have made my YouTube channel last year, but just start now, today. And for me, editing was a big obstacle. I didn't want to do it because I don't like it. It's very time consuming. But with Descript, again, that's DESCRIPT, it's so much easier and faster. And that makes a big difference because you want to make it as easy as possible for you. So I'm not an affiliate, by the way. I just really like it. And the last one is probably my favorite one. I use it all the time. And I think most people have not heard of it. And that is called Capcut, CAPCUT. It's a very similar sort of platform, but it's more for on your phone, on mobile. So I use it for all of my reels, all of my shorts, all of my TikToks. It's my favorite platform. It's very easy. Again, it transcribes your voice and then it will put those captions. So if you've ever seen my videos where the words are coming up as I'm saying them, then I didn't sit there and watch it and type my captions. CapCut does it in 2 seconds, and then you can change the font and you can change the style. And if you're interested, I can do a lot more tutorials about those. But my whole belief about AI is using it to make your life easier and better so you can focus more on the things that only you can do. And AI right now, as far as I know, cannot go live on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram for me. It cannot do it, but it can save me time transcribing my videos and putting captions on my TikToks and my reels so that I have more time as myself to be going live. So think about the things that only you can do. And I did a video a couple weeks ago about leverage. It's really about leveraging your time. What can you automate? What can you speed up? What can you outsource? What are areas in your life where you can get your time back so you can either use that time to do whatever you want. You can read a book, you can walk your dog, you can take a nap, or you can use that on other areas in your business that only you can work on. And if you can do that, then you will, like I said in the beginning, outpace the people that are not doing that because you will be able to do 3 times more work than they're doing. So maybe they won't be fired, but if you can produce 3 times more than that one person, you will win for the most part. So thank you all for tuning in. Quick recap on my 4 favorite AI tools. The first one is ChatGPT. And if you came late, I would watch the replay of this because I gave some very clever prompts in the beginning. The second one is an email CRM. I use kvCore and ActiveCampaign, but there's a million others out there. And I talked about the importance of follow-up. The third one is Descript, which is what I use for my YouTube videos. And the fourth one is CapCut, which is very similar. I use that for my reels, TikToks, and shorts. So if you liked this video, I could talk about each of those in their own, and I can do tutorials on my YouTube channel and share my screen. Let me know what you want. I do these partially to get comfortable with public speaking, but mostly to help you guys grow your business. I believe that abundance is your birthright, and I want everyone to be living the life of their dreams. If there's ever anything I can do to help, let me know. That's why I do these. That's why I make a lot of content and a lot of courses and trainings, because I just want to help as many people as possible. So thank you for tuning in. Like I said, if you leave a comment of the city that you're tuning in from, I'm just curious where my people are. Thank you all for watching. Remember, you are all kings and queens, and abundance is your birthright. And I will see you in the next one.